It has come time once again that we have been graced by the great company known as Capcom, a company who truly understands the word remastered, a company who tries their damn best to make fans happy. And yes, today we're talking about Resident Evil 3. If you buy Resident Evil 3, you get Resistance, so I refuse to make that into two separate videos, but Resistance will be talked about briefly right after the design of the game. This won't be a comparison seeing as I've never got a chance to play the original, so this is going to be a review done by a Resident Evil 3 newbie. All this is brand new to me. Resident Evil has easily become my all-time favorite franchise. Despite some rocky roads along the way, they tend to get it right in the end. Let's hope this is the case for this remake. But enough of that, I want to hop into the damn review. Is Resident Evil 3 worth the price tag of $60? Well, I'm about to tell you. My name is Tanner and this is For Your Money. A different kind of review. First topic, story. Resident Evil 3 puts you in the hands of Jill Valentine and Carlos. Most of the story is centered around Jill. Troubled by her past in the mansion of the Arklay Mountains, she's been having nightmares and can't wait to leave the city in a few days, but it seems someone else has other plans for her in store. She has been targeted by the product of Project Nemesis, that being the Nemesis. She has no idea why she's the main target. All she knows is that she needs to get to safety. To her luck, she won't be doing it alone, as Carlos is tasked to help rescue civilians and take them out of the city. That is until he's ordered to find Dr. Bard and hopefully find a vaccine that prevents further spread of the infection through Raccoon City. Short, sweet, and to the point. That's how to describe this story. I get this is a lot of people's least favorite Resident Evil due to how short it is. Short as in I beat it in 3 hours and 35 minutes, and this was my very first time playing this Resident Evil. But all in all, this was a very well constructed story depicting the event occurring in Raccoon City. It takes place before number 2, so you're getting to witness the infamous Raccoon City outbreak firsthand. You will see some friendly faces from number 2 as well, giving you vague but enough background on why they were in the situations they were in during the events of number 2. It's very intriguing writing. A fan of the series should easily fall in love with this story and the characters surrounding it, despite the short time you get to spend with some of them. In order to make up for the game's length, Capcom did go to some great measures to ensure you had the utmost fun while playing. So let's talk about the gameplay. Capcom took a different approach coming to Resident Evil 3 than the other installments, seeing as they were more focused on the action of the game rather than other key features you'll find throughout the series. And yes, I'm talking more action focused than Resident Evil 4 and up. A lot of the combat in this game is boom, boom, one thing after another. 1 second you're turning your camera to see how close the Nemesis is to you, and when you turn back there are suddenly zombies in your way. Luckily, Resident Evil 3 has tight shooting mechanics, so getting in a couple quick headshots to stun a zombie should not prove to be difficult at all, or you could just utilize the new dodge feature. But there is a catch to it though. It takes about as much precision as stabbing a needle into Isaac Clarke's eyeball. Once a zombie tries to grab you, you dodge right before they do so, and then you can run away if you want. But seeing that this game is very action-oriented, you could also aim right in, it'll target their head, and then it'll put you in a slow-motion state, and you can achieve one hell of a kill. Unless it's a bigger enemy like the mutated goldfish you'll find in the sewers, that thing you're going to want to dodge and run so your ass don't die. Most of the time though, running does not have to be an option in this game. Some folks may hate this, but this game is not scarce on ammo at all. I mean, if you're shooting a shotgun in the air like it's the 4th of July, yeah, you're going to have some issues making it through this game. But if you're landing at least every other shot, then ammo should not be an issue at all. I found myself killing almost every zombie in this game and still having plenty of ammo for boss fights. But let's just say you do run out before a boss fight. Don't fret, because those stages always have a stupid amount of pickups for you to resupply on. But finding tons of munitions isn't the only thing helping you conserve your bullets. There are tons of random explosive barrels and electric generators around the map so you can shoot to either kill or stun groups of zombies. Capcom is literally rooting you on to kill everything in your path the whole game. And believe me, I fucking did. The only thing that really affects your stockpile of bullets is storage. Storage, as in any other Resident Evil, is very scarce. By the end of my playthrough, I had about 12 slots, and some weapons take up 2 slots, like the grenade launcher. Luckily, you don't have to keep picking up knives like the previous games, since yours never breaks, so they did give you a bit of leeway to the storage system. My biggest complaint about the inventory system is nitpicky, and I get it. But what I wanted to do was select combine on whatever ammunition and combine it with the gun in the menu. But you can't. You have to pull the gun out and reload it. And like I said, that's me being nitpicky. Now, before I get into some things people are split on, I want to mention a new feature, and that is the store in the main menu. After you beat the game, you can access the store through the bonus section. This is where you can buy items to help you in-game on your next playthrough, such as Samurai Edge, infinite ammo weapons, coins that increase stats like damage, health, and defense. Items in the shop cost points, which you can get from completing challenges in the record section of the bonus menu. Now here's a couple things I know people are divided on with this game. First is the Nemesis. The Nemesis is not like Mr. X. He is scripted in the world and is only in certain areas. To me, I preferred this over Mr. X. The reason being is that the Nemesis was intimidating. Mr. X you could stun and get away from easily. He wasn't exactly anything to be afraid of. Whereas Nemesis encounters for me were an oh fuck kind of moment. He was tough, fast, and persistent as hell in making sure you didn't get to your destination without a damn good fight. You want to dodge and run from him? That's cute. He has this tentacle he can grab you with and pull you to him so he can get some romantic one-on-one time. I don't know how the Nemesis was in the original, seeing as I didn't play it, but I will say how he's built in this one, having him be anywhere randomly at any time would be a pain in the ass. Besides the Nemesis, the next thing that has people hating on this game is the lack of puzzles. Now, Resident Evil sprouted from the roots of puzzle-heavy gameplay, so seeing that this game's biggest puzzle is which fucking gunpowder makes what ammo, I can get their hate, and I am with them. I love a good puzzle, but I also feel like Capcom didn't want to focus on the puzzles as much as making you feel like a badass, especially when you're playing as Carlos, who is loaded down with great weapons. All in all, Resident Evil 3 has some great gameplay with some fun moments to be had, but it does lack the certain elements that Resident Evil is known for. Now with gameplay out of the way, let's get into the biggest change, and that is the jaw-dropping design being world, sound, and graphics. The Resident Evil engine is one of my favorite engines in all of gaming. It started with Resident Evil 7, carried on past that, and brought nothing but jaw-dropping designs to the series. Resident Evil 3's characters and creature design is nothing short of impressive. Characters in this game seem unreal with the amount of detail that went into them. Blemishes on faces and arms, and it's things you wouldn't even notice that they added, like a mole on Jill's forehead. But does Capcom care? No, they had one goal set in mind when creating these characters, and they exceeded the fuck out of it. As the years go on, you think, how can graphics get any better? And somehow, they do. Defined strands of hair, creases in the lips, clear eye detail. Resident Evil 3 has all of these small details. How would I describe the creatures? When they introduced new monsters, the only thing that came to my mind was, yo, somebody give John Carpenter his brain back. I felt like some of these creatures came straight from The Thing. They were disgusting. Saliva and blood dripping from them, rotten mouths, limbless. They went the extra mile to make sure these creatures felt as real as they could. But the character and creature creations are just the topping of this visual masterpiece. Walk out into the streets, you'll hear zombies groaning, fences shake. The Nemesis now shows up, explosions start happening everywhere. This game sounds like a war zone, and there's nothing soothing about it other than the safe room's lullaby to calm your nerves. With this game's imposing design, it has to come with more than just a good sound. You wouldn't want Pee Wee Herman voicing Carlos. Actually, maybe we would. But my point is, you have to have a fantastic sound to act as a companion to the overall design and atmosphere of the game. And to no surprise, Capcom has one hell of a design team. Though it's a war zone, nothing here ever sounds overbearing. Plus, at points you'll hear random noises and have to take off the headset, look around, and take a quick breather. This is the kind of remake most fans want. Not just a port, but a whole new build from the ground up, giving those who have played the original a similar but yet very different experience. It's simple. Resident Evil 3 looks beautiful in a sick and very twisted kind of way, and we wouldn't want it any other way. So without further ado, here's some clips for you to decide what you think of the overall design.
Captain, this fine young lady could use our help. Carlos, you didn't even think to ask fine young lady her name? She is an elite operative of RPD, Special Tactics and Rescue Service. Her name is something Valentine.
It's Jill.
Resistance. Not the first attempt at Resident Evil Online. Can they prove they've come a long way with how they approach the multiplayer scene? With the evolved formula, oh shit, my bad, no one remembers that game. With the Friday the 13th formula style gameplay, they managed to bring their own twist. You can play as a survivor or the mastermind in Resistance. As a survivor, it is your job to overcome the problems in each of the 3 rooms you go into. The first one is a puzzle, the second is killing an armored zombie and hacking terminals, not literally hacking though, and the last room you destroy cores. Sounds simple, right? Yeah, no. If you're playing against someone who is a god at being the mastermind, you will get destroyed unless you are damn good at being a survivor. Luckily, being a survivor isn't all about skill. You pick up credits in the map and these can be spent in the safe rooms to buy health, ammo, weapons, etc. So you can quickly get an upper hand and increase your chances. Another way is to kill supply zombies. Bullet absorbing? Hell yeah they are, but you will get the best weapons by killing them. A little tip. Don't separate from your team. The mastermind will pick you off and the match will end 2 minutes in. Plus, every survivor has different skills that help each member of the group, so sticking together is imperative. Being the mastermind, you will pick one character to take control of. You only have one until you rank up and unlock the rest of the characters. As the mastermind, you will pick the map of the game as well as the layout of the puzzles. Gameplay of the mastermind consists of taking control of cameras around the map, placing zombies, traps, and mutants. You can control zombies, the mutant you spawn, and the gun you get on the camera. You cannot control dogs. Your goal is to stop the survivors in any way that you have available to you. I'm gonna be honest. Fuck the mastermind. In my opinion, it is not fun by any means. I get it, it wants to be unique, but I'd rather brush my teeth and drink orange juice produced in a shady shack than get another taste of that kind of bullshit. Worse yet, there's microtransactions for XP boost. Come on, Capcom. Really? Resistance is overall okay. Playing as a survivor is fun to be had, but I can't do more than 2 matches a day. It gets tedious as fuck. What is my final thoughts? Resident Evil 3 is a genuine remake handled with talent and tons of love. It is something to experience, no doubt, and it is a phenomenal game and experience, but it misses some of the core Resident Evil elements. And the biggest one for me is the lack of puzzles given to us. The length of the game doesn't bother me. If a company thinks they can hook me with 2 to 6 hours of gameplay, then I'm open to it. Resident Evil 3 to me is worth $45 out of $60. It is not a bad price tag, it's one hell of a game, but the departure from the series' roots is a letdown and hard to get over. The combat is great, there is no denying that. Some of the best action moments for me are tied to this title. So there is fun to be had, just not a lot of brain work to be done. That's all, folks. If you enjoyed this review, why not subscribe? If you hated it, then hit that thumbs down. Till next time, fellas.